Greetings and welcome back to the lab. Been a little while. I've been away for a bit. Won't get into the details. Let's just launch right into this. I want to do a quick video on something I just bought, which is in here. And to give you the kind of the background to it, I've got these bits that I bought, and I've got this pin vise, and I got tired of having to do it manually. So I'm going to put that aside. I've got this drill, this old Black & Decker drill that, not an endorsement necessarily, but it stopped working and it wouldn't take a charge, so I cracked it open and replaced the battery. And I'm not going to detail that one because it's kind of a dangerous process. But suffice it to say, I now have this drill as well as this screwdriver as well as another one. And I wanted to be able to make these up, but all I've got is this for, it has to be a hex shank in order to fit in here. That's what I'm trying to say. These are not a hex shank. I thought about buying a whole bunch of hex shank, and then I went and I looked it up. And this was available from a few different manufacturers, and I don't know what quality this is going to be, so I'm not going to bother with who made it, but the idea is it's an adapter. There's actually two of them that come in a set. They go from the hex connector here to a chuck like you would have on a drill. And so I should be able to turn this to tighten it down, and then I should be able to take one of my 5mm drill bits that I bought thinking about the pin vise, and I think that was the other thing, it wouldn't fit in the pin vise. So if that's not going to fit in the pin vise and I want to drill a 5mm hole, I got to pull out the big drill. That was getting to be kind of a pain. So let's see if I can fit that in here. So, okay, it turns on that. Wow. That's different. Okay, so that's going to make this a bit of a requirement. If I want to go with the bigger bits, I really kind of need to use this one. They're not going to fit in a smaller one. Put it in here. Here's one of my... That does kind of look a little ridiculous. But here's one of the jigs I used for spray painting some of the stuff for the snowman. And I'm just going to see if I can drill another 5mm hole in there. Of course, I got to have it going the right way. Yep. Okay, it fell out. But I can deal with some of that and not have to pull out the big drill. That's a wonderful thing. So let's see, real quick, we'll try and do this with the smaller one. Well, okay, it's a little tricky, a little finicky. And it does wobble a bit, but that's probably just how I mounted it, and I'm trying to do it quickly for the sake of the video. Let's just see, I don't want to push too hard. That's not working so well, so let me do a quick switch to the other one and see if it works better. Alright, we're chucked up. I don't know if this is going to work real well, but it was worth a shot. At least I can get the 5mm working. Let's try this again. Alright, well, that's not working as well as I had hoped, but when I look at the twist on this bit, it looks like it might have actually been broken at some point. I don't know if that's the case, if these are used bits. There's all sorts of possible explanations, but generally speaking, when I do 3D prints, if I want to do a hole, I will have the hole in there just slightly smaller than my final dimensions, so I can actually use the drill to drill it out. That means there would be a pre-drilled hole in here already before I got to this bit, so it's really not as much of an inconvenience. And the beauty is I can do the 5mm. I'll bet you I'll do one more test here. Let's see if I can do the largest of these smaller bits. Alright, I've chucked up the 3mm. We'll give it one more shot here. See if these bits are just garbage. Okay, well, the fact that it was so difficult to do that probably explains why I was having so much trouble with the pin vise. So I probably just need a better set of small bits. But that's it. I just wanted to do this little experiment and give you a bit of an update. I've been away for a while. Thank you for your patience. I'm back. I'm going to try and do all short videos now. So this will be heavily edited. Thank you so much for watching.